Sir Thomas Wardle was a businessman in Staffordshire, known for his innovations in silk dyeing and printing on silk, and in particular for his collaboration with William Morris. Early life. He was born in Macclesfield, the eldest son of Joshua Wardle, who in 1830 had opened a silk dyeing business near Leek, Staffordshire. Silk weaving had begun in Leek in the late 17th century and silk dyeing began during the 18th century. Aged about 16, Thomas joined his father's business. In 1872, he bought 2 dye works in the town from Samuel Tatton, a local businessman. Tussar silk. Wardle was interested in making tussar silk commercially successful after George Birdwood, a doctor and naturalist in India, who became known for his book Economic Vegetable Products of the Bombay Presidency, pointed out in 1860 the commercial potential of this silk. There was a great supply of tussar silk, but it was resistant to dyeing. After much experimentation, Wardle in 1867 was able to treat the fiber to overcome its resistance to dyes. At the Paris exhibition of 1878, Wardle exhibited various samples of tussar silk. He was subsequently appointed a Chevalier of the Legion of Honor. Collaboration with William Morris. From 1875 to 1877, William Morris, of the Arts and Crafts movement, visited Wardle's dye works to experiment with indigo dyeing and printing with this sort of dye. They became good friends, and remained so. Their aim was to produce a depth of color with natural dyes, such as they found in Indian textiles. They succeeded in making vegetable dyeing important in the dyeing industry. By 1876, Wardle was printing a range of Morris's designs at Morris & Ampco at Merton Abbey Mills. Morris established his own textile printing while Wardle continued to print Morris's early designs in Bengal and Kashmir. In 1885, Wardle accepted a government invitation to visit Bengal province to investigate the state there of sericulture. The quality of silk from was not as good as silk from producers in other countries. He found that a great proportion of the silkworms were dying of preventable diseases, and that reeling from cocoons was not done well. He set up training courses for local silk farmers and for local technicians, and got the dye stuffs more organized. These changes much improved the silk industry in Bengal. On the same visit he went in 1886 to Kashmir, where silk production was in a poor state. He had ideas for its revival, which on his return home he presented to the government. Eventually, in 1897, he purchased in Europe large amounts of silkworm eggs and cocoon reeling machinery for Kashmir, which revived the silk industry there. Family and local interests. In 1857 he married Elizabeth Wardle, a distant cousin. They had 14 children, of whom 5 sons and 4 daughters survived to adulthood. He was interested in geology, and became a Fellow of the Geological Society of London. He had a collection of Carboniferous limestone fossils, and wrote about geology, particularly of his local area. He was active in local church affairs. He was churchwarden of St. Edward's Church in Cheddleton, and he wrote some church music. Oscar Wilde, in a lecture he gave in Leek in 1884, paid tribute to Thomas Wardle's work. In 1887 he helped to found the Silk Association of Great Britain and Ireland, of which he was president during his lifetime. He was a Fellow of the Chemical Society. He wrote several monographs about silk, and he received a knighthood in 1897 for services to the silk industry. The businesses developed by Wardle in his lifetime continued in Leek, with changes of name, in the 20th century. He died in Leek in 1909 and was buried in Cheddleton churchyard.